Twitch. As soon as the feed comes up, I will confirm that and make sure everything's fine. Yes, it is. All right. And then Dementia Radio now. And recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice!
Hey, Luke Ski!
We have Robbie Ellis with us!
Hey, how's everyone? This is like, I have my own office now. Moved 6 months ago, and I have an office that I can like decorate with panels and keyboards and shit.
Very nice. Very nice.
And we also have the one and only Carrie Dahlby with us!
Hi.
Hello, Carrie. Welcome to episode 711 of the Funny Music Podcast for Thursday, February 1st, 2024. The title of this week's episode is A Dangerous Shoot. And I will put that in the chat, which I forgot to set up over there, so that will go there. And your job is to try to work that into our conversation somehow. So, I know Carrie and Robbie are both kind of like, Robbie has a newborn and Carrie's sequestered in the basement, so we should do this quick probably. So let's do the catch up.
You don't have to rush so much.
Okay.
Devo and Luke have been up to since last week, or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up. Hey, what? Oh, he's right.
So Luke, what you been up to?
This stupid job that I hate. This is day 8 of 9 days in a row that they scheduled me to work.
It's brutal.
So I'm scheduled to work tomorrow, but oh my gosh. Sneeze, cough, cough, I'm very sick. I might not show up for work tomorrow.
Cool.
I did get to do something cool last night because my very good friend Stephanie Weil has been in town for the week because she went to the NAMM convention, and she's just been hanging out here as she typically does every January. She saw a play on Broadway a few years ago called POTUS, and there's a theater out here in the Westwood area doing the play POTUS. So she wanted to go see it again, and I was able to join her to see the show, and it was really, really funny. In a nutshell, it's a play that takes place at the White House where there's a male president that you never see, and the whole play is 7 different women who work at the White House basically trying to clean up this guy's mistakes and stuff like that, and and it's very hilarious. It's super funny. So
I saw that play at Steppenwolf here in Chicago, and my favorite line from it is "She's a walking Kegel."
Yeah, that was a good line.
If you go see the play, then you probably know which character it's in reference to. But
yeah. But yeah, that was super awesome. But for the sake of brevity, I'll just leave things at that and ask you, Devo, what are you up to? What have you been up to, etc.?
Trying to find a stupid day job, trying to find acting jobs, anything that'll bring in some money. I did score a quick voiceover gig the other day, and when I mean quick, I mean from the time I was given the part, recorded it, submitted it, and was paid was about an hour and a half. So it was.
Did you lose your job?
Yes, I got laid off at the beginning of January.
Because, oh my God, I don't think I heard about that.
Yeah, my company was sold to an investment firm, and if you've never worked for a company that's run by an investment firm, they don't know how to run businesses. They know how to invest money. They don't know how to run businesses. All they see is money in, money out, bottom line. And if the bottom line doesn't meet their projections, people lose their jobs. That's basically how they operate. So yeah, wow. I've just been looking for another job. I had a weird dream last night that I thought I would share. I dreamt that I was at an outdoor music festival of some kind where there were multiple outdoor stages set up. Cannibal Corpse was performing, and Weird Al Yankovic was performing. So very eclectic bill wherever this was. And at some point, we were outside, and two of the band members from Cannibal Corpse held up this flagpole with a flag on the top of it, and the flag said, "New Weird Al album at 4 p.m." And I was like, oh, cool, they're going to announce, Al's going to announce a new album during his set. And then later I found out that Al was pissed at them for spilling the beans about his surprise album announcement, because he was going to announce it during his set. And that's all I remember about the dream. Oh no, I did get to hear part of the album, and the first song was a parody of UHF. which is an odd thing to do, but it was like it started out as a parody of UHF, and then Al just goes, just kidding, and then he goes into the real song, and that's kind of where I woke up. So I don't remember anything else besides that, but it was amusing regardless. So, Carrie, what have you been up to?
Well, I haven't been on the show in over 2 years, like 2.5 years, so I'm not going to try to catch you up, but I went and saw Randy Rainbow at the Chicago Theater on Saturday night, and that was really cool.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And something that was funny there, this is not relating to the concert exactly, but while we were waiting for the concert to start, we found out there was something called a Chase VIP room. And you can go in this VIP room for free if you have a Chase bank account, to make a long story short.
Okay.
And me and my friend went into the Chase VIP room, and there were free sodas and waters, which is pretty significant when, you have to pay, $5, $6, $7 for it out in the hallway. It was really swanky looking and dim lighting. There was free appetizers and all these couches all over the place, and all because we had Chase accounts. So I thought that was brilliant marketing.
Nice. That's awesome.
And the concert was cool too.
How does he perform live? Does he like a piano, or what does he do?
He just looks out a TV screen, and it's just you're looking at that for half an hour.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, he does have a huge video screen behind him that's playing stuff pretty much at all times. But the actual music is a combination of, a karaoke track with a live drummer, a live bassist, and a live pianist. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
It was very cool.
Nice.
Welcome back, Luke.
Luke is home now.
Oh.
Look, I'm over here. And then I'm over here. And then I'm over here. And then I'm over here.
And scene.
I'm going to do that, or hopefully do that in a little bit when my laptop decides to behave. It demands to be plugged in and off for like a minimum of 15 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
At the outlet that you want it at before it will turn on.
Nice. So, Robbie, what have you been up to?
I have a child who turned 6 weeks old today. His name is Avery. So 2022 was kind of a bit of a whirlwind year with a little bit of medical assistance. Jen got pregnant, and I learned the news in April, and then it's like, oh crap, first people we told were our parents, and second people we told were real estate agents, because a 1-bedroom condo was not going to cut it.
I think you meant to say 2023.
Oh yeah, yes, you are correct. I just transposed last year. Last year it's 2022.
I didn't pick up on that either. I'm still on 2023 internally, so.
So anyway, found a house, moved elsewhere in Chicago. I knew I wanted an office, and I have festooned it with stuff that looks cool. So
you have an office with hexagons. which is nice.
Like those Hex acoustic panels. Actually, pro tip: if you're ever putting together a home studio and you need it, actually just like any home studio, and there's like any light in the room, so basically any room, you see these like white foam panels? Don't get them. They have discolored and yellowed, and they look like arse now. And it's only been 6 months, so don't get those panels in white. Just don't.
Yeah, I have my sound booth is over there, and they're all black. I have the black ones.
Yeah, I thought, oh yeah, it's a nice light room. Let's keep it light. But no, the panel they just look like arse. So one of these days I'll replace them with black ones. But I'm like,
they're kind of a urine-y color.
They are, yes. Aged yellow, but yeah, not too impressed with that. But that's okay. The coloured hexagons I do quite like, and I got my New Zealand birds poster behind me as well.
Because hexagons are the bestagons.
They are the bestagons. Yeah. Yes.
Google that if you don't get the reference.
Everything I know about New Zealand birds, I learned on the John Oliver show.
Oh yeah, that's I don't actually think the Puteketeke is on there.
Probably not. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't.
Probably not. It's a bit of an obscure bird.
Was. Not anymore.
Yes, was. Yep. Past tense is just right. But yeah, goodness. So, oh yeah, since the last time I was on the show, I released metric system. Oh no, wait. Last time I was on the show was for pandering to nerds, wasn't it?
Yeah, hang on a second. My son is calling me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
The latest Robbie Ellis album is the MarsCon 2024 fundraiser album of live tracks from MarsCon 2023.
Yep, and it's the latest Meow Meme album too, which is my daughter's one person group.
Showing off your ill-gotten golden spatula.
Yep.
Oh, I missed that.
Paradise. Okay, that's enough of that again.
That was
if you want to hear
so
that whole
good.
story, if you want to hear that whole story unfold in real time, just get the collection at MarsConComedy.com at the shop page. Anyway,
that was a fun moment. I did try to convince Ian to let me go last. It's like, Luke wants to go last. It's like, okay.
Well, me going last had to do with the fact that I had that video to go with it. So that was, if I had an inkling of what you were up to, I probably would have let you go last. But for some reason, logically, it made more sense for me to go last because of the whole video thing. Anyway.
That's right. That's all right. I had fun.
Yeah, but Metric System is an awesome album.
Yeah, and sorry. I have enough song ideas for another album, except, get into my production. The way I do production is like, it takes time. But like 3 song ideas from being a dad already. One of which I'm gonna perform out and about in the coming month. So yes, TPA on that.
So how much sleep are you running on today?
My child is actually not that bad. He's consistently sleeping. Like, you put him down for the first sleep of the night, and it's consistently running at least 4 and often up to 6 hours.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
6 weeks old. So I have heard horror stories from other people.
You're one of the lucky ones.
And yeah, I know that Jen and I are getting off easy. And I went back to my day job this week as well. Sorry to bring that up, Tom, but yeah.
Go ahead, rub it in. Yeah.
Don't talk about those things. We can't.
Parental leave ran out. It wasn't a lavish amount of parental leave, but it was some. So yeah. So I'm back. Jen's back at work in April, and then we start paying for daycare. Oh, actually, here's a great daycare story. We reserved a place because, you have to reserve a place for your child 18 months before he's born or some shit. We reserved a place at one spot, and then they went out of business.
Oh, nice.
The franchise, they couldn't make the money work. Big ass chain, but this franchise location, They just said, we're closing at the end of the month. And so it's like, shit. So it's like, throw around some calls. Who are the other daycares in the area? Very, very first call I made, the guy who picked up the phone at the daycare, I said, hey, my name's Robbie Ellis. I was like a refugee from this daycare that's closed down. You probably heard about it. He said, like, Robbie, stop. It's Alex. It's like, it is an improviser I've known longer than my wife, who I performed with a ton in Chicago. Who, like, I knew worked in early childhood, just didn't put two and two together. The very first place I called, he picked up the phone. It's like, yeah, we can get you in.
Wow.
Yeah. So we did all right. We did all right.
Very nice.
I'm lucky. Yeah, we're lucky in a lot of things.
So you posted a song.
Yes.
Give us
Yes, I did.
Are you going to play it live, or do you want me to play the recording?
No, I'll play it live.
Okay.
Yeah. The song is, in fact, both Carrie and I have Tom Lehrer covers this week. In fact, I played piano on both of those covers, which Carrie might talk about a little bit later. So when it came down to it, Wernher von Braun has been a Lehrer song that's kind of like resonated with me a little bit more than others. It wasn't one of his more popular ones, and the figure who it's about is not particularly well known nowadays, but he was a German scientist who was a member of the Nazi Party and was treated quite well, he and his research team in Nazi Germany, researching rockets. And then after the war, the US and, well, the Soviet Union too, for that matter, had a bit of an arms race about poaching the best German scientists and their research teams to go work for the respective sides of that Cold War. And the USA got Wernher von Braun, but which caused a bit of controversy. He did become a US citizen. And actually later on, in the 60s, I did not know this until the other day, Wernher von Braun was actually quite a decent advocate for civil rights and women in the workplace. So, I mean, okay. Come to the States and be sort of better than other people around. Fair credit, even if you were a Nazi back in the day. Yes. But the song Wernher von Braun, I wrote some new lyrics that went on the end of Tom's lyrics. So the first half is Tom's lyrics and music. The second half is my lyrics.
All right.
And is this the point at which I play it?
Yes.
Okay. Gather round as I sing you of Wernher von Braun, a man whose allegiance is ruled by expedience. Call him a Nazi, he won't even frown. Nazi schmazi, says Wernher von Braun. Don't say that he's hypocritical, say rather that he's apolitical. What's a rocket's a rap? Who cares where they come down? That's not my department, says Wernher von Braun. Some have harsh words for this man of renown, but some think our attitude should be one of gratitude, like the widows and wounded in old London town, who owe their large pensions to Wernher von Braun. You too may be a big hero once you've learned to count backwards to zero. In German or English I know how to count down. Und I'm learning Chinese, says Wernher von Braun. Some might call Wernher some four-letter noun, since all the world's plebeians are at risk of ICBMs, and that New START treaty seems ready to drown Cold War 2.0 thanks to Wernher von Braun. You'll be microwaved, mangled and foaming once our missiles get launched from Wyoming. Cause some other guy's warhead will fly towards your town. We're mutually mad about Wernher von Braun. You'll be microwaved, mangled and limping thanks to Putin or Kim or Xi Jinping. Don't put that on TikTok, it'll get taken down. That's the world as refashioned by Wernher von Braun. In Deutsch oder English, I know how to count down. Und I'm learning Chinese und Russian und French und Hindi und Urdu, Korean und Farsi und Hebrew. That last one's ironic, says Wernher von Braun.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Even Kubert liked it.
Yeah, so the produced version had a bit of orchestration, and I got a couple of classical orchestral friends into the studio. Nora Schaefer on clarinet from the Lake Effect Clarinet Quartet, and John Schreckenghost, a very, very great freelance horn player who plays in a ton of different orchestras in the Chicago area.
Very cool. And you worked in that "Oh No" sample from TikTok.
Yes. Oh yeah. I didn't do it. Yeah. Don't put that on TikTok; it'll get taken down. Oh no! Yeah, that was my voice pitch shifted. I didn't. You
didn't sample it? Oh, okay.
No, I didn't want to get in trouble for that. Yeah, I just constructed it as best I could with my own.
I think if there was ever a sample you'd be free to use, it would probably be that one because it's on every video.
Yeah, it's still a copyrighted song.
Yeah, true.
Actually, yeah, I found the original Once Upon a Time, and so on TikTok it's a G. So, oh no, oh no, oh no, but the original is a fourth lower, so it's like and slower too. So, oh no, oh no. Oh no! It's about that tempo.
Yeah, I saw a video about that sample and like what it originally came from and stuff. There's a
Alex Ann loves that song.
Does she? The original or the sped up version?
It's like a mix of the original with a beat, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have the rap part in it. I don't know. There's so many versions. I don't really know that much about it.
So that's one of two songs I contributed to the FuMP Desecrates Tom Lehrer. The other one, I'm going to nerd out briefly on it. I don't need to play it, but when Tom Lehrer was on tour in New Zealand in 1960, there's a journalist who invited him over for drinks. He's like, the people who brought him out for the tour were like, yeah, you're in town, like show up for the dates and just like do whatever else. And so he met, some academics at the universities and yeah. But anyway, Tom Lehrer got to know of the biggest controversy in New Zealand at that time, which was New Zealand wanting to send a rugby team to apartheid-era South Africa. Some of New Zealand thought, quite rightly, that sporting contacts with a nation practicing apartheid was a bad thing, and other parts of New Zealand thought rugby was more important. So Tom, on his travels, said that he wrote some lyrics like in a car while driving around the South Island because there was no radio in the car, sent them to that newspaper columnist he'd met in Auckland. They were published on the front page of the Auckland Star in April 1960. And I don't know. I found some tiny mention of Wikipedia. And so I went to a research assistant at Auckland Libraries and, paid a bit of money, and she did some digging and did some scanning and photocopying, that sort of thing. And I think I pieced together the story of how it came to be and that they are actually Tom Lehrer lyrics. I thought they might be some other person's pastiche of them. But no, I'm reasonably confident that Tom himself wrote them, though Jeff Morris is trying to verify that with him. Given that this is something that took place 64 years ago. But yeah, I took those lyrics that, to the best of my knowledge, they'd never been performed in public, just printed in a newspaper. So I set them to music, and you can find that track on the FuMP Desecrates Tom Lehrer as well. The song is called Oh Mr. Nash. Mr. Nash was the Prime Minister of New Zealand at the time.
So that's your arrangement of the music?
My setting of it, yeah. I actually took a few public domain tunes. So the basis of it is an old rugby song called On the ball, on the ball, on the ball is scrubbing 3/4 and all. Yeah, so I took that tune and adapted it to the lyrics. put a few other quotes in there.
Well, it works, and it's an impressive find because like when I think I've told this story before, but when we started this project, Luke put together a spreadsheet of like every known Tom Lehrer song, and you managed to find one that wasn't on that spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I mean, I got that list from TomLehrer.com, or the whole
TomLehrersongs.com.
Yeah, TomLehrersongs.com. So when I remember seeing that list and going like, wait, what are all these other ones? And I had no idea about a whole bunch of them that were there. So because I was just going off of the stuff that's on.
Yeah, there's a bunch on that list I've never heard. So I got some research to do myself.
Yeah, my radio colleague here in Chicago on a show called she played a couple of tracks. Luke, she played yours, by the way, the Vatican.
Oh, cool,
Rag.
awesome.
Yep, just before Christmas, and she transitioned. Well, it's coming up to Christmas. It's a silent night, and here's a silent E, and played Carla's track, which is a lovely transition. Yeah, she's played a fair bit of Carla's stuff before, so yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
So I was impressed with the additional lyrics that you wrote for Wernher von Braun. You seem to have captured Tom's style of writing quite well.
Yeah, I think our brains have sort of had a few similar influences. Although I only discovered after I put my rhyme in that I rhyme plebeians with ICBMs, but he made a rhyme with ICBMs in When We All Go Together When We Go. We will all go together when we go.
Yeah.
He rhymes Te Deums or Te Deums with ICBMs. And I didn't even know that song all that well. So he and I, really were thinking along the same lines. Yeah.
Well, very well done.
Does the FuMPCast audience know like what Tom Lehrer said when he put his music in public domain? Because I could imagine it being like outrageous that you added lyrics, but like if people knew what he actually said about it, it seems like he's totally fine with that.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. I mean, once you put your lyrics in, once you put your material in the public domain, it is free for anybody to reuse and rework. And actually, Wikisource, so a site attached to Wikipedia, has put all the material from TomLehrersongs.com on there. So it'll be archived once TomLehrersongs.com goes offline, which is projected to happen at the end of this year.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll have
hooray for the Wikimedia Foundation. I really should donate to them. I haven't donated to them in some years, but they are essential to the backbone of the internet, and they probably need my support.
Indeed. All right, so do you have anything you'd like to plug?
I have a full-length comedy show in St. Charles, Illinois on Saturday, March the 2nd. It is through the Norris Cultural Arts Center.
That's like down the road from me.
Come along then. Yeah.
I probably could.
Yeah. Come
along.
along.
On my calendar at least.
Yeah, Saturday, March the 2nd, St. Charles, that's in the western suburbs of Chicago. And tickets are $30, which includes some drinks. And I'm doing, 90-minute set. Haven't done one of those in a good long while. So gonna have fun putting that one together. And my sister will be in town. She gets to come and watch. Which
awesome.
Will be a lovely thing.
Cool.
Yeah, she gets to meet my son, meet her nephew, and then see me do a show.
All right. Well, I will let you get back to your little bundle of joy.
Thank you, Dahlby.
And we will go on and do some news and stuff and then talk to Carrie. Unless there's anything you want to say about Carrie's song, because you did do the piano on that song.
Yeah, there's nothing much more to say. Carrie can just say, she came to me and I got it done and sent her the MIDI and, went on her way.
Robbie Ellis, the human MIDI machine.
All right. See you all.
All right. Thank you very much, Robbie.
Thank you, Robbie.
We do it.
This is the FuMP.
We do a guy with that who'll bring you thing and also have a beard. We do a light. We do a snow. We do a milk that have the alcohol and then we put an egg. We do a Christmas. We do a Christmas.
We do a Christmas.
It's hard to stay pleasant when your holiday's stressing. It's hard to stay pleasant when your holiday is stressing.
It's a Christmas. It's a mess, it's a mess, it's a Christmas.
Da-da-da-dee-da-dees. Nothing. All I get is nothing.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. THEFUMP.com.
Silly now. I'd rather call it compromise. It's easy to do. Sometimes you have to close your eyes. It's not so hard. Being rich is no disgrace. To find a buyer for you. Put on your shoes and join the race.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, the FuMPFest 2020 t-shirts are being reprinted for a limited time. I had a couple people contact me saying that they really wanted to get this shirt and they missed it when it was originally being printed. And I was like, well, I'll see if I can do another run. So I'm taking pre-orders for the 2020 t-shirt. I was going to bring it to show you and I forgot to grab it, but it's the yellow shirt where everything is crossed out. That shirt, I need to pre-sell 12 of them in order to meet the printer's minimum print quantity. So I'm going to be taking orders for the next 2 weeks. If we meet the 12, I'll make the shirts. If we don't, I'll refund your money and we'll move on with our lives. So if you are interested in getting one of these FuMPFest 2020 t-shirts, you can order them in the store at thefump.com or in the store at FuMPFest.com. Either one, both go to me. And get your orders in before the 15th. That's when we're going to be stopping orders. The other thing FuMPFest related is I'm only going to be selling the 2023 swag bags for the next 2 weeks as well. So when I take down the 2020 t-shirt order, I'm going to take down the swag bag. So if anybody hasn't gotten a swag bag yet that they still want to get one, I still have a few left. Get your orders in over the next 2 weeks. The FuMP January newsletter went out the other day with stories about the best of 2023, FuMP 102, the Funny 25, MarsCon, and more. If you're not on our mailing list, you can view it online at tiny.cc/FuMP0124 for January 2024. Tiny.cc/FuMP0124. And just a reminder, tomorrow is Bandcamp Friday. So tomorrow being the Friday, the 2nd of February. Bandcamp will be waiving their fees, so all money goes to the artist. This is a great day to support your favorite funny musician. All right, Luke, MarsCon?
Yes, let me update you on the fundraiser. Since the last episode, we have sold a total of 1 additional copy of the album. So we are up to $659.88, which is 77% of the way towards our initial goal with, just over a month until MarsCon happens. So I am going to be making the audio promo for podcasts and the little video promo that goes with it and the 30-minute free preview basically as soon as I can humanly possibly get it done. This is yet another reason why it sucks to be scheduled for 9 consecutive days in a row of work. But that's the situation. So please go to MarsConComedy.com and go to the shop page and order the MarsCon 2024 Comedy Music Track Fundraiser album with all those live tracks from MarsCon 2023, including stuff by Robbie Ellis, stuff by the music guest of honor last year, Bonnie Gordon. Steve Goody had excerpts from his Weird Al Daniel Radcliffe Notice Me Senpai show. The Klingon Pop Warrior, all the dudes and ladies from Needle Juice Records, me, Kyle, Ian, Meow Meme, Carrie, others. So please order that because we need to hit our initial goal and hopefully also our stretch goal in the next month.
All the dudes, ladies, and non-binary individuals from
Yes.
Needle Juice.
the it's like the girls, the gays, the theys, and all the straight white cis dudes that apparently don't get included when people say the girls, the gays, and the theys. All of them. So yeah, that's all the MarsCon news I have to report.
All righty. Tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody hosting at the Bluebird. On Sundays online, Two Sleeps. Mondays online, Steve Goody and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. The 2nd and 3rd in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Carla Ulbrich. On the 4th, an online Escape from the Secret Lab featuring the Consortium of Genius. On the 7th in Voorheesville, New York, Drew Jacobs. On the 9th in Oakland, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And on the 9th online, Carla Ulbrich. And on the 10th in Carlstad, New Jersey, Carla Ulbrich. And birthdays coming up on the 5th, Cliff B of 2D6. So happy birthday, Cliff.
Woo!
And Carrie, you're up.
Hi.
So give us a quick intro to this song and we'll give it a listen.
This is my cover version of Pollution by Tom Lehrer.
Here it is.
It is on the FuMP compilation.
Here it is.
If you visit an American city, you will find it very pretty. Just 2 things of which you must beware. Don't drink the water and don't breathe the air. Pollution, pollution. We got smog and sewage and mud. Turn on your tap and get hot and cold running crud. See the halibuts and the sturgeons being wiped out by detergents. Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly, but they don't last long if they try. Pollution, pollution. You can use the latest toothpaste and then rinse your mouth with industrial waste. Just go out for a breath of air and you'll be ready for Medicare. The city streets are really quite a thrill. If the punks don't get you, the monoxide will. Pollution, pollution. Wear a gas mask and a veil. Then you can breathe, long as you don't inhale. Lots of things there that you can drink, but stay away from the kitchen sink. Throw out your breakfast garbage, and I've got a hunch that the folks downstream will drink it for lunch. So go to the city, see the crazy people there, like lambs to the slaughter. They're drinking the water and breathing the air.
Very nice. As we said, Robbie Ellis on piano there.
Yes.
Great.
Robbie Ellis on altered MIDI. I'm just going to have this right here annoyingly, so for
That's
those
fine.
of you watching the video, too bad.
That's fine. So what can you tell us about this song?
Well,
It was left.
what? I didn't hear you.
I said it was left, as in there was a whole big list of songs, and, you know, when it got to the point where we were going to pick a song for you, this was one of the songs that was still remaining on the list that hadn't been claimed by somebody else yet.
Now, that's not how it went down, actually.
Oh, okay. How did it go down then?
I believe another comedy music act that doesn't need to be named was planning to cover this song and then couldn't do it. And then Devo Spice contacted me directly and asked me if I could do it, because up till that point I hadn't gotten involved. And I said, maybe. At the time he was hoping it would be done before FuMPFest, and it was like less than 2 weeks till FuMPFest at the time when he asked me that.
Yeah,
But
and
he
I knew
said
at that point it
depended-
was not going to happen. So
Yeah. So you started to know that wasn't going to happen. So that left me still on the list as a possible submission. And sometime a week or two after FuMPFest, I had recently bought a microphone. Not that I don't own any other microphones, but this one, A, I know where it is. B, it hooks into my computer.
Knowing where it is crucial to using it. So
yeah. So I had actually gotten it back into recording before I did Pollution. I'll plug something. filtersongswap.bandcamp.com. I had gotten involved in a filter song swap thing that Matricula Madison, am I saying her name right? I forgot the last name.
Roberts. It's Madison Matricula Roberts.
Madison Matricula Roberts had organized this, and I again got in late, so I didn't have anybody covering any of my songs, but I was going to cover a song, and of course, with how I do things, or how shall I say, how I don't do things, or I, rather than choosing a song got chose for me, literally with like a little spinny wheel. For me and anyone who hadn't chosen songs yet by the deadline, Madison Matricula made this spinny wheel thingy on the internet that chose songs at random for us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I ended up covering The Coyote, the Spider, and Me by Wild Dandelion. And it was kind of perfect for me in some ways. It's a really cool song, and Josh loves it. And so I didn't actually do anything with it other than an a cappella rendering, just one line, not like, not like 3-part harmony or something, just one part, no harmony. Because I had been told that, some people were doing that because, it's Filk, so why not? And that's how I did it. But it was still a big accomplishment for me because I hadn't recorded, this was last fall or whatever, and I hadn't recorded a song in over 2 years at that point. So that was another cover song I did, and there's a bunch of stuff on there, and The Coyote, the Spider, and Me is, I don't know if I'd call it comedy music, but there's comedic bits in there. filtersongswap.bandcamp.com. And if you go there tomorrow, you can support the artists without Bandcamp taking their cut. Anywho, so that's why I had a microphone. So that's if I didn't have that, I probably would have just said no outright. But then I had to start putting the pieces together in my head, like, how the F am I going to actually do this, given that I'm not an instrumentalist, and I also don't know how to, make instrumentals on the computer and all that stuff. So, when listening to the original, I'm like, well, there's a piano. Robbie Ellis plays piano. And I'm like, this is kind of a long shot because I feel like he's an important, busy person, but I'll just contact him. The worst that he could say is no. Obviously I paid him, and he said yes. And we met briefly on a Zoom call to chat about it, and he recorded it. And then I had a piano instrumental. So then I had to find myself someone to mix and master it, and record the vocals. And I'm like, well, I'll contact Steve Goody because I know he does that stuff. And he helped me out. But the weird thing about the recording process is that the original that Robbie Ellis recorded was actually quite a bit faster and lower pitched than what I came to realize that I needed. He did the key that I asked him to do, which was not the original key. But I came to realize that, being assigned female at birth and whatnot, that I needed it to be higher still. And so I got him to send the MIDI over to Steve Goody, and we ended up experimenting with like two different keys and at least two or three different tempos before I found the one that I could actually do and not sound crappy at. And then when we finally found the right one, and I, recorded the vocals in my recording studio, which is this and sitting in my bedroom, and sent the stuff to Steve Goody, whom I also paid, and he did magic with it. And I don't think you can tell that I'm in an echoey bedroom because Steve did whatever he did with the vocals. And then, yeah, the lyrics are like kind of an alternate lyrics that might not be the ones people are used to, but it was official alternate lyrics that were like available on the Tom Lehrer website.
Mm-hmm.
So it made more sense to me to do that than to specifically mention San Jose or whatever.
No, I'm glad. I was really happy that you came through to do this song, because Pollution was always one of my favorite Tom Lehrer songs. And when the other version of it fell through for the tribute, I was like, now the tribute's not going to have Pollution on it. And I was like, Carrie, you want to do Pollution?
And I'm really glad you asked, because that got me, that along with the Filk song that, got me back into recording, which means that, maybe more things will happen than just those two things.
I was just going to ask you if you're maybe working on something new.
Well, I did actually get an instrumental for a Meow Meme song, and I need to add the backing vocals, but let's just say by the time I got the instrumental, I felt like the song wasn't seasonally appropriate, so that's my excuse for not having finished that yet. It's going to become more seasonally appropriate.
It's called We Do in New Year's.
Totally. It's going to be, hopefully it'll come out in the summer, and hopefully.
That's the thing about seasons is they're seasonal, so they come back. So.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully it will be good enough that it gets approved to go on the FuMP main page, and then hopefully that'll be a thing. So, and if it doesn't, it'll go somewhere. So it'll still exist.
Cool.
So, and yeah, I don't have any Carrie Dahlby music that I'm working on, but I mean, I could. There's nothing stopping me. I feel a little less inhibited. Like I feel a little more like it's possible. It's difficult with my severe executive dysfunction that goes along with my brand of ADHD and autism, but I'll come out of my hiatus here at some point.
Cool. Well, yeah, we'd love to get some new songs out of you.
Yes.
And this has nothing to do with that, but since you're probably going to ask me if I have anything to plug, and I already plugged the Filker song Swap.
Well, you can plug that again. There's no limit to plugs on this show. So, Alexandra's selling Girl Scout cookies. So since this is, given the medium that we're on, probably the best way if you want to order from her is to just like message me on Facebook or any of the other places where I'm messageable, and then I can send you the link. That's probably the easiest way to handle that. So we got the goods, and you can order them to be delivered directly to your home in a box.
Can you order them to be directly delivered to MarsCon?
Yeah. For people attending MarsCon, you can, if you wish, which at least one person didn't choose this option, but who's going. But if you wish, you can choose girl delivered, and we will bring it to you at MarsCon, and then you save some money on shipping. But then you also have to wait till MarsCon to eat your cookies.
Yeah, but then you're at MarsCon, probably in a room party with fresh Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, but that's bad because then you won't get to eat them all yourself.
That's true. I mean, you could hoard them in your hotel room, I guess.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
You gotta hoard them carefully away from your roommates, your hotel roommates, and yeah. So, and other than that, like the other, I don't really have anything to promote per se, but I am a member of the Naperville Chorus, and we are doing awesome choral works, and it is fun. We did, in December, we did some amazing jazz Christmas stuff, as well as Handel's Messiah. And right now we're working on Carmina Burana, which, if you don't know what that is, by the name of it, you have heard it. You just don't know the name of it because it's been in like a million commercials and movie trailers.
All right, then. Cool. All right, let's do some feedback. I lost my page. There we go.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback. Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now? Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback. Baramon says, like, subscribe, and use your free Amazon Twitch Prime subscription. Support your local comedy musicians. They are doing God's work. Amen. Baramon wrote, hey, you Devo, hey, you Luke. Back in 98, I paid my taxes due with a money order from the post office, but apparently I messed up the math and overpaid by precisely $1. So the next year, they sent me a refund check for that $1. I'm not sure why exactly, but I guess because it has to go somewhere. The thing is, I didn't think $1 was worth the effort of cashing it, so I didn't. So the year after that, they sent me another one, and I saw they had an expiration date on them. And so every year they send me another $1 check. I've moved several times, switching states even, and they get a new refund, send me another one. I had a stack of them for several years, but they got lost at some point. I'm hoping I get them forever. Also, I never seem to catch the show live, but I'm subscribed. Glad my obnoxious intro has gotten a few subscribers for you. All the best. All my love, Baramon. Thank you, Baramon. Enjoy your stack of $1 checks from the IRS. It's an interesting thing to collect.
That was an amusing anecdote.
And...
A-Log! Oh my god, it's you, not again!
A-Log wrote, love the new song from the Belle Isle Rats. Luke, would you consider Oh How I Love to Fail a possible sequel or cousin to your old Bruce Springsteen song Born to Lose?
I don't know.
I could see them working together in like a set of similarly themed songs.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider it a sequel probably. Because I don't know, that one, the lyrics were very kind of personal towards me, and theirs are kind of more, well, either general or more personal towards them. So
I have a funny story relating to that song, but I don't know if Luke wants me to tell it.
Well,
do you know which story I'm talking about?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe
it's very short.
Maybe.
Never mind.
After the show.
You could tell me when next segment of Bad Rapport we record, and then if I decide I don't want to have it on Bad Rapport, I can just not put it in.
Yeah, there you go. All right, that's all the feedback we got.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's song is by a new artist. So you're going to have to wait and see who that is. And we're going to have the requisite Sunday song from Steve Goody. And Tuesday song is by Mr. Zimmer. All right, I need a topic that I can throw together a playlist on Spotify. What can I make a playlist about?
Carrie, what should he make a playlist about? Because you're good at coming up with things when you're put on the spot in an improvisational type manner.
Oh, yes. You should make a playlist about classic games.
I could do that.
I can't remember the thing we're supposed to... The title of this episode, and I can't find it on here either.
Oh, I was just going to mention real quick that Santana had to suddenly up and fly back to Florida to continue working on that movie. She literally left today. She texted me from the airport. So she's in this B-slasher movie in Florida, and so they need to be careful when they're around there filming the movie because there's alligators, so it could be a dangerous shoot.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We had to make sure we got that in there somewhere.
And as a plug, I'll mention is that we have recorded over the Christmas holiday visit. We recorded at least one segment for the next episode of Luke and Carrie's Bad Report.
Yes.
Whether or not the next proper episode will be done by MarsCon, I don't know. Right now,
I hope so because we have a bunch of stuff recorded from FuMPFest that we didn't get into an episode yet.
Did we record segments at FuMPFest?
Well, no, we didn't. Well, we talked about FuMPFest. I don't think we managed to record at FuMPFest.
I get it. I see what you're saying now. Yes. Yeah. So I just have way too. I mean, I got to get the promotional MarsCon stuff done. I have a new song that's in the works. I've already paid somebody to start working on a backing track for me, and it sounds incredible. And so it's like I've committed myself. Okay, I have to get this new song happening. So I have a lot of stuff on my plate.
No worries, dude.
Yeah, but I would very much enjoy it if once I have all that stuff taken care of, if we could, record, 2 or 3 more segments and put out another Bad Report before MarsCon happens. So plus
that would be ideal.
Yeah. Is there a deadline on ordering the Girl Scout cookies?
Yes, but I believe we have another 5 or 6 weeks left.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right, cool. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski, and look, it's Carrie Dahlby.
Hi.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
"Hey Carrie, what shade of pink are you wearing today?"
Green.